now tuning into another episode of Chestnut Checkers. Make your next move your best move. I got a special guest here with me today. Let the people know who you is.
Darion Payne. Everybody know me by Nanu, or you may know me by the closer.
Oh, the closer. Talking shit now. So yeah, I mean, just let the people know a little bit about yourself. Like where you come from, your background, stuff like that.
From Westmoreland, how y'all say up this way, down the county.
Down the county.
Grew up basically Sandy Point area at a young age, Burton's Corner, then moved to Montrose area. So been stomping around here for a good little minute. Just hit a milestone birthday last month, the big 4-0. Yeah, I know, man. I remember my parents at that age, man. I thought they was old. Now I'm 40, man. My son think I'm old, but I don't feel old. I feel like I'm still young and getting wiser as I get older.
You still got it.
Yeah, I still got it. I still got the juice.
That's all right there. So shit. You know, how was your household and stuff like that? Like, as far as your mother and your father, and brothers and sisters, how you grow up?
My household, I grew up. At first, it was just me and my mother. I'm the oldest out of three. Then it was me and my brother LJ, which we have something in common with that. Both of our brothers. As a single mother, man, my mother grind, man. She grind. I remember her getting off work late at night, coming to pick us up from my grandmother's house down Sandy Point, then going back home, getting us ready for school the next day, man. It was a grind. You would never know. We didn't really live rich like that back then, but she still kept us fly.
He ain't live rich like that back then, but he rich now. My man Ice Dep.
Nah.
Gold. Killing him.
And then my stepdad came in the picture. I really don't like saying stepdad or bonus dad. He really raised me from third grade to now, man. I really look up to him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my man right there. So he came around when I was in third grade, had that father figure in my life. From then, I mean, he never treated us no different like we wasn't his kids or nothing. We kind of lived a good lifestyle once he came around because you had two parents in the household, two incomes coming in.
Right.
So we lived a decent life then. We was able to do stuff as a family. It was nice, man, having a father figure in the household with you. But my dad was always still around too. My dad, he's actually from Maryland.
Yeah.
Him and my mother met in Texas. He was in the military. She was out there in college. And like I said, he was still in the picture, but I was very lucky, man. I even had my uncle Butch, which is Dirk's dad, just like a major father figure in my life too, man. He treated me like I was his son as well. So I had like 3 dads for real.
Well, you blessed, man.
Yeah, I'm very blessed, man. As a young man, you don't really get that. Most young men are raised in a single house home with just a mother.
Right.
And I was blessed to have three dads, man. So it was a blessing for me.
So your stepfather was somebody like you seen every day that you could look up to.
Yep.
A grinder, brought something to the family, showed you what a family was, basically.
Showed me how to be a man, a provider for my family, and all of that, man. He did all the 9 yards, man. And I feel like I'm a lot like him, even though I don't have his blood running through my veins. But I don't know if it's because I seen him so much and seen the way he interact with my mom, with us. And we kind of just alike, man. Calm, laid back, the provider for the family. And it's crazy how he's not like my real dad, but I mean, I feel like I act just like him.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, like, how did you get introduced to racing? Like,
man,
when did that come along?
I got introduced young. My uncle Butch, which is my cousin Dirk's dad, Butch Shelton.
Your third dad?
Yeah, my third dad.
All right.
So he always had a motorcycle race. I was going to the track 5-6 years old, going with him, watching him race. Dirk had a 4-wheeler, so I kind of learned how to ride off of his 4-wheeler. It didn't have a clutch or nothing, but I had to learn how to shift the gears, the basics. And then I ended up getting a dirt bike when I was in third grade with a clutch, riding. I had a scare one time, kind of.
Yeah.
Tell you about that on a dirt road, trying to show off in front of my dad, well, Butch and Sam.
Yeah.
Revving it up, wham, wham, wham. Throw the clutch away. She started fishtailing me. Bang. Slam me on the ground.
I'm sure all riders got that story, though.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, shaking up after that. I didn't really get my confidence back until middle school, man.
So that's true. Like, once you crash, at first you don't have no fear.
Yep.
Once you smack something, then you think about it all the time.
Think about it, man. I was scared for like 2 or 3 years, man.
Yeah.
I didn't really, like say, get my confidence back to like 3 years later. But let's get back to the question you asked me about the racing, man. Went to the racetrack with Bud. She had a drag bike, Buzz Creek, Dinwiddie, Virginia Motorsports Park. Always went with him. Fell in love with it. And got my first bike when I was 18 years old, fresh out of high school, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you get?
I got a 750 Shred, 750. Yeah, so it was just something small to start out on. Loved it, painted it up, chromed it out.
Washed it every day?
Washed it every day. Rode it everywhere with my book bag on.
Yeah.
Acting like a groupie.
Yeah, you probably had the groupies. 18 on a bike.
Yeah. I was doing a little something back there. I thought I was the man.
You was the man, bro. You pulling up on the bike. I know you had him on the back.
Yeah, I remember getting it, man, and rode it to work the one day to DC. I was living in Maryland then, and you know how you want to come down back to your old high school, your stomping grounds, to try to starting to show off.
Yeah.
I remember pulling up at the school, man. Thought I was the man.
At W&L.
Yup.
Killed
Fresh
him
out
too.
of high school. Wasn't even a year later, man. Pull up down there. Thought I was the man.
Ouch. So they would flock to you when you pull up at the school, huh?
Yeah. You know, women love bikes anyway.
For sure.
Yeah.
My cousin tell me all about it. Glad.
Yeah.
So what you was like in school? Like, you was riding dirt bikes and four-wheelers all throughout school?
All throughout my elementary, middle school, high school, the first beginning of it, until I started driving. Really started smelling myself then. So I'm out in the streets chasing women, couldn't keep a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I was known as a player back in high school.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Played a little sports, played basketball a couple of years.
What you was hitting on the court?
I'm not going to cap like I was all that. I mean, I was okay. I known for a jump shot.
First off, tell the people how tall you is, bro.
5'4", man.
5'4".
5'4", yeah.
And killing them on the court. What you played the one? Point guard?
Yeah, I played the one. I played the one and the two. Played with a lot of good players, man. We actually won the championship my 9th grade year, the JV championship.
Yeah.
And like you said, you had Joe on here last week.
Yeah, Joe was on there.
Joe didn't tell you the story about how I beat him one-on-one that time.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
Joe was a lot younger than me, though. I was going to the 9th grade. I
you
think
had
he
the
was,
experience.
Yeah. I think he was going to the 7th grade or something. So we was kind of almost the same height. I think he might have been still a little taller than me.
Dang.
But
You must have been 5'4" back then.
But then the next year, man, when I was in 10th grade and he was in 8th, man, we played on the same JV team together, and he actually took my starting spot from me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I give Joe his props, man. He was the man.
Joe was like that?
Yeah, he was like that.
That's all right. Mm-hmm. So you got your first bike at 18. When did you actually get into racing?
I started racing myself. When I first got the bike, I didn't start racing right away. I was just out riding with my friends or whatever. So I think like 19, I started racing. It was just going out there, just messing around. It wasn't nothing serious.
Yeah.
So my cousin Derek ended up getting a 1000, a new one, faster bike, bigger than everybody had. I rode that bike one time, fell in love.
That was it.
The next week, I went and bought me a brand new bike.
Dang.
First day I was so pressed. I hate to even tell this story, man.
That's it.
I was so pressed to get it, man. I didn't want nobody to drive me. Dirk had rode his bike to work that day. I didn't want nobody to drive me. I jumped on the back of the bike with that.
Oh, you wild.
Yeah. I mean, he's my cousin, though. I jumped on the back with him to go pick it up.
Right.
Left the dealership, landed cycle, going down 301, hit the Colonial Beach, stood up on the bike, did a wheelie.
Dang.
Not even 10 miles on the bike.
Dang.
I'm doing wheelies straight to the track that day. Went down there, raced it. It didn't go no good numbers. It was all stock height, everything.
Did you race anybody then?
Nah, I didn't race nobody then.
Or you was just running time?
Yeah, I was just running time. The next day, that next Saturday, it was raining. Yeah. So I'm in Fort Washington, my uncle's house. My Uncle Butch, me and Wandre lowered it down, stripped the wheels. We put in some work on that Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of really got serious about racing, because I had a bigger bike, started going to the track more. I wanted to get comfortable riding in stock wheelbase.
Right.
I don't know if you know what stock wheelbase is.
How it come?
Yeah, basically how it come versus no swing arm. That's the best way to learn, so you can learn the clutch.
Yeah.
You put an arm on it. I'm not gonna say you're cheating, but you're going faster, but you're not really learning the fundamentals.
Right.
So I wanted to learn the fundamentals first in racing, so that I raced it like that for a good little while. Butch wanted me to put a swing arm on it so bad, because it was the brand new bike, the fastest thing out. Yeah. So of course he wanted to be the fastest one in the area.
So you was beating everybody?
Yeah, I was still beating everybody stock wheelbase.
So how did you really develop your skill set?
Practice,
as far as racing, you was by yourself. You mean you taught yourself? You self-taught?
I wouldn't say I taught myself. I had a lot of help with that as well, man. Momo, Joe, Troy Henderson. I'm gonna tell you who gave me the best advice. This guy named LG in Maryland, man. He really told me how to work the clutch. Yeah. He was at the track one day. He watched me, and he seen something in me, and he really showed me how to work the clutch. And ever since that day, he told me that, man, it kind of took off.
What'd he tell you?
He was telling me, like, when I leave on it, if I feel it like it's ready to come up, pull the clutch back in a little bit. And then let it slide back over. Every time it feel like it's one come, just pull it back in a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was a major key to me learning how to ride stock wheelbase. Yeah. And another guy, Ricky Grayson, is real popular racer in the area.
I know that name.
Yeah. He showed me a lot too, man, on the longer bikes. He's a little older than me, and he was in the game for a little while, had a name, so he showed me a lot in the racing game as well. But I had a lot of influential people in my life, period, man. So I'm blessed.
Who was the most influential?
My dad.
The guy you said with advice, or your dad?
Yeah, my dad. I mean, as a man, I take the.
I'm saying as far as
racing, LG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give him the most credit for that, because he really taught me how to work the clutch like that. Yeah. And everything else is kind of easy. I mean, you have bikes with the sliders, with the throwaways.
How you really get them? How you get the nerve to really go that fast? Like, bro, how fast you be going? Like, man, what's the fastest you think you clock?
The fastest.
I ain't saying time, I'm saying speed.
Speed, 227.
God dang.
In a quarter mile. I'm looking to go 230.
That got to be like.
Yeah, it slows down to you though.
What
man.
do you see when you?
I mean, you got that. I know everything that's going on at that speed.
So you can see the fans on the side.
Nah, I don't look.
Or you just locked in.
But I'm locked in. I can tell you, I know when the bike when it's time to shift.
In the like.
And some tracks is like that, like Colonial Beach. It has a little bump in it. I know where that bump is at.
So what you saying about Colonial Beach track?
That's my home track. I love it. I love it.
I'm just saying. Do we need to cancel the event coming up?
Nah, we're not gonna cancel that.
Nah, but yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I never had the nerve to go that fast. Like,
man, I'm trying to go faster.
Real?
Yeah, I'm trying to go faster.
So you at the top class?
I wouldn't say the top class. NHRA Pro Stock is the top class.
Yeah.
I'm like at the class below that.
Right.
But the crazy thing is, we go faster than them. We are more entertaining than them.
Yeah.
I think that we should be put on the NHRA circuit versus them. I think the fans would love to see us more than the NHRA Pro Stock.
So it's more competitive with y'all?
Yeah, it is. It is. We a whole 2 to 3 tenths faster than them, and we like 20 to 30 miles per hour faster than them.
So what makes them the top?
I don't know, man. I think because for so long they was the fastest, until now that the turbo bikes and the nitrous bikes has evolved so much that because they naturally aspirated bikes, they all motor. They don't have no turbos, no nitrous or nothing.
Yeah.
But we got turbos, nitrous, superchargers.
Airship. You airship.
Yeah. Well, they got that as well. Yeah, but the power artists make it faster. Yeah. So I really believe that we should be the top versus them because we go faster than them. We're more entertaining than them as well.
That makes sense though. Mm-hmm. So, what's your favorite track to race in?
My favorite track, man, I gotta go with Bus Creek, man.
For real?
Yeah, I gotta go with Bus Creek. I done been to a lot of tracks,
over the
man.
hometown.
Yeah,
that's strike two.
I think it's more so because it's Jason Miller, man. He put on a good event. The prep is on point.
Yeah.
So we don't really have to detune our bike or nothing. I love Cloney Beach to death. That's my home track, man. But we really can't bring nothing fast there because we got to detune our bike so much.
Right. We
gonna go way off than what we can go at Bus Creek, VMP, or anywhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I done been to a lot of tracks, but I would say Maryland probably is my favorite.
So, aside from, you riding your man bike, the 1000 or whatever, mm-hmm. Like, what was you riding next? What did you...
Man, I done rode a lot,
What was next for you? Did people... I know you a jockey now.
Yeah.
So, did people see stuff in you and just start calling you like, man, I want Nanu to ride this
the
bike?
crazy thing is, man, a lot of people they be out there racing. They have their own bikes. Sometimes the owners will try to ride it themselves, and they really can't.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, so...
They just got the money.
My first opportunity on a fast bike was a guy named Bobby out of Woodbridge. He had a 1000 that I rode. After I rode that, I was back on my own bike. So happened we was in North Carolina one day, and Rick, Tweety Bird, Rick Bird, he introduced me to a guy out of Baltimore named Mike Mace. The thing is, I knew Mike as a youngin'. I was young. Mike was always the top dog in his area. He always had the fastest stuff. Yeah. And he had took a break from racing for like a couple of years and came back. He was working with another jockey named Richard Gassian at one time, but they had a little falling out or something, didn't work out. So he was interested in another jockey. So him and Rick is pretty cool. And Rick was like, man, I got somebody for you, man. So went over there, met him. We meshed like this ever since, man. This is back in 2006, 7. And man, it's like an uncle to me now, man.
Yeah.
Not even just on the racing level, man. He has pushed me to even business-wise, man. He's a businessman. Like I hung with him and a guy named Pete, man. Them, I don't put that business out there, but they big money guys. Business, legit business.
Right.
And they really pushed me to do my own thing, man. They seen a lot in me. So not even on the racing level, he helped me like as a man.
Man.
Yeah. But he built a grudge bike. No, actually, he didn't build one. He bought one from someone, a guy named Ty, a 1000. That's when I really kind of got put on the map.
Yeah.
When I started riding for him, man.
That's when you became the closer.
Yeah. We was going to North Carolina. We was winning some big money races, man. I mean, big money. It was to the point, man, that he looked out for me and paid me so good. Like, people that would bet in a pot, they didn't want to bet in his pot. He could cover it himself anyway. Yeah. Because the portion of the pot I would get. And everybody felt like he paid me too good.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I loved about him, man. He looked out for me.
That's the question. That's a question of mine too. Something to think about. I be thinking like, is racing more of a business or is it more of an expensive hobby?
It's an expensive hobby.
Because it's like, it seems like you never get your money. Like, how can you get your money back?
Nah, you'll never get your money back.
How can you win?
In grudge racing,
you can win because you the judge.
Yeah, because I'm not putting out no money.
Yeah, but the people driving the bay, like, where do they get their money from?
I mean, I'm talking.
Is it just betting?
Yeah, it's just betting, or you really don't get it back.
Is people paying them to come out? People like.
It's just a hobby that they love, and a lot of them are business owners. So some of them, they need tax write-offs.
Right.
So that's a hobby that they love, and you slap a sticker on it with that business and write it off on our taxes.
So you don't recommend that a guy, with a little bit of money, and he go spend his last into the bike and think he go do something.
I tell you, go the other way. You better off going selling water on the corner somewhere.
Yeah, I can dig that, man. I always wondered that because I just see, I can never understand, You know, growing up around here in the track in Colonial Beach and all the big cars that come down here, I'm like, damn, they always breaking down. They always need something.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, it's big money in it, man. I mean, right now, I know I couldn't afford it myself. I make decent money for the class that I run, and it's expensive, man.
Yeah.
It's super expensive. And like you said, you never get your money back.
Yeah. So when did you see yourself kind of as like a top rider, other than, you know, when you got with dude, like, who did you beat to make you feel like that to get everybody's respect?
I never forget.
What solidified you?
We went to North Carolina, and we went to go race Greg Wallace. Actually, I ride for Greg Wallace now. He tunes all my bikes, do my motor and everything for me. We raced him. He had a bike called Now Lady. He was kind of the man there.
Yeah.
And we was just kind of coming on the scene. And I was just coming on the scene. Really, nobody didn't even know me then.
Yeah.
We went out there, bust him up for a nice stack.
Yeah.
Few weeks later, the one that really did it when I raced Richard. Richard's like the top dog, like around on anything. Richard is the man. Richard actually rode Bo's bike. We'll get to Bo. His name Richard Gasson. He's from Philly.
From Philly.
But
so he come way down here to race.
Yeah, he actually live in Florida now.
Damn.
Yeah, but we raced him for a big bag.
What's a big bag in racing?
10 stacks.
Oh, about 10?
Yeah, about 10.
Oh, yeah,
and but shoot, now they race for way bigger than that. Back then, 10 was a nice bag, but now it's way up there.
10 was 100 back then.
Yeah, yeah, but I think that was the really one that did it, that put me up there. And once we got out of grudge racing, I started getting to class racing. Class racing is more on a corporate level. You really gonna get the recognition in the magazines and on the videos and stuff. Grudge racing was more like of back then, I would say like a hood,
like a street,
like
brawl,
a street,
like
yeah.
You fighting like Kimbo Slice.
You got a bad name if you're a grudge racer,
yeah.
Versus if you're a class
you
racer
ain't
or
in the
pro
UFC,
class.
You in the you street fighting.
Right, but now it's both of them kind of meshed together now, man. Grudge racers, Gage Herrera, for a fact, like he raced pro street with me.
Yeah.
Now he's in NHRA. He had got a big deal with Vance Hahn, one of the biggest companies out here in motorcycle drag racing.
Yeah.
Won the first race. His first race on that bike, won it this year. And then I raced with him again this weekend. Yeah. So he's like a big name out here now because he's got his hand mixing a lot of different stuff.
So who the king, you or him?
Gage is the man right now.
For real?
Yeah, I'm not going to cap. Gage is the man.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So how do sponsorships and stuff like that work? Like, y'all be getting sponsorships?
Little stuff. Like, for instance, Greg Wallace. He's Wallace Motorsports. He have his own shop in North Carolina, limited clients that he work with. He does all of Cranky Racing motors and stuff.
That's
That's
team.
My team, Cranky Racing. It's
Cranky
not
Racing.
my team, but
that's who you with.
Yeah, that's who I'm with.
Right.
That's my dog too, man. Everybody think we brothers.
Who was Cranky Racing?
Keith Miles, Cranky Racing out of Maryland. He owned his own dump truck company, a broker and all that. I've been with him from way back in 2011, 12.
Right.
He had a grudge bike called Cranky. It was a big name grudge bike as well, all motorbike. Traveled up and down the East Coast with him, racing that. And then he got out of the game for a little bit. So he called me back in 2020. It was like he's thinking about coming back. What was my plans for next year? I was like, so I'm still riding with Mike Mace, whatever. Mike is my dog and Keith is my dog. I was like, but Mike been talking about getting out the game for a minute. He's thinking about selling a pro street. Maybe you need to talk to him about buying it. So I linked them two together. Mike was iffy for a minute about selling it. Then I was like, Mike, man, you've been talking about getting out of it for a minute. Mm-hmm. And just go ahead and sell it to Keith. So Keith ended up buying the bike. Did a whole makeover of it. And we came back out the first year, basically a brand new bike. So we had them problems the first year. The end of the year, we kind of started getting everything.
Hold on, when you say them problems, what you mean? Like off a brand new
all
bike?
the little gremlins, man. You put a new ECU on it, all new body work, new swing arm. we were just having little dumb problems, man. The ass shift, the bike wouldn't shift. I'm sitting at the starting line on a 2-step, and the bike just shifting on its own. I'm trying to tell Greg, like, Greg, I'm putting the bike in first gear. He kept telling me, no, it's in second gear when you leave. I was like, man, I know I'm putting it down in first gear myself.
So you ain't had no fear, even with the bike malfunctioning?
Nah, I didn't.
300 miles an hour?
Nah, I didn't have no fear.
Wow.
If you have fear, man, it's time to get up off of it because you're going to hurt yourself then.
All right. Carry on.
Yeah, so we had those first year problems. Aaron Linton came on the board later on in the year.
Who was he?
He's a guy out of North Carolina too. North Carolina, you're going to hear North Carolina a lot because they big in racing down there.
That's where it goes.
That's like the Mecca.
I be hearing. I already heard.
Yeah, that's like the Mecca of drag racing, dirt bike racing, four-wheeler racing. So everybody and their mother down there race.
Right.
So he came on board, started being our crew chief for all of us. He's a big turbo guy, know all the ins and outs. He figured out the problem with the air shifter, got that fixed. At the end of the year, the last 2 races, we was in the finals each race.
And what race? Like where?
It was one of them was the Xda race, which is a series that we run, which we got this weekend. Rodney Willfoot. He's like my kryptonite.
Yeah, that's your arch enemy.
Yeah, he's the GOAT, man. He been doing it so long to the point where, like this weekend, man, we're going to have some challenges this weekend because of the weather.
You ever beat him?
Actually, I got lucky and beat him last year.
Oh, that was luck.
He went on a streak for like 2 seasons without a loss.
Dang.
And I beat him at the WPGC Bike Fest.
At Buzz Creek?
Yep. He actually red lighted against me. I don't know what he was thinking because he had a 200 and something light.
Yeah.
And he went faster than me.
Yeah.
But I also went my fastest time that pass as well against them. So when you run against people like that, they'll bring out the best in you.
They bring out the best.
Because you know you
at the
want
line,
them.
which is,
yeah, you want them bad. You can.
What goes through your mind though? Like, what is you?
I'm like, man, put everything in it, man. I don't care if it Willie at the 1,000 foot. I'm holding on.
You will let it go. Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
So we went a 6:45 on that pass. That's when I think I went 2:27 as well. And then that was in July. So come August, we ready. We think we gonna go out here and win this next race.
Right.
We go out there testing. The first they're gonna pass, the bike explodes on me. I mean, like a big ball of fire.
Dang.
Luckily, I still was able to hold the bike up. All I walked away with like a little burn, like on my ankle, which wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
The bike really didn't burn to the ground either, so we let it sit down there for a while, went back and get it, pulled everything off. It was like, oh, we can fix this. I think we had a rain or something. We had a big delay. Was able to put it back together before the qualifying that night.
Yeah.
Went right back out there and laid a hell of a pass down, 6:49.
And you beat him?
No, it was still qualifying.
Oh, still qualifying?
Yeah. So then the next day, we going back into qualifying again. We start running into problems again. And we think it was because of the fire. We think it might have messed up the ECU. So we ran into problems that race. That was in August. Change out the whole ECU. Come back in September and thinking that might have been a problem. Run into more problems.
That's racing. That's why you gotta have that bag.
Right.
Y'all got that
That's
bag.
racing. I mean, literally, man, he had to put a whole new ECU in. And he had to spend probably like 10 grand, man, just to get back in a month.
How much does something like that cost?
In a month, man.
Bands.
And that's not even also refreshing the motor too, man. So even getting to the track, it's gonna cost them every bit a stack.
Right.
So September we run into problems again. I think I only went like 1 or 2 rounds. So that was the end of the series for XDA. Then we still had the World Cup, which is the biggest race I ever race in every year.
Where's that at?
That's at Maryland too. It's actually an import car race, but they invite the top 10 bikes in the whole Pro Street class.
And y'all the top 10 in the whole.
I think we was number 5 or 6.
That just give y'all an idea who this man is,
yeah.
bro.
Actually, I could have been further up on the list if we didn't have those problems.
This is a serious man. This man cold legend, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so we get to that race, 20,000 people in the stands every day.
20,000.
It take you 2 hours just to get in the track.
Do the pressure ever get to you?
It actually don't, man. I get that a lot, man. I think the grudge racing prepped me for that, man. Because in grudge, you racing for big money. One pass.
Yeah.
You got people standing all around you.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in that burnout box doing my burnout, I'm looking at the person in front of me that's telling me go side to side and telling me where to line up at. It's people line up all beside me all the way down. Mm-hmm. I don't even see them, man. It's like a tunnel vision. And then when I get to the start line, it's like I watch other grudge races. People's like on over top of each other's back, but I don't even feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of prepped me for that. I mean, it's a lot of people that understands. So get back to the story with that. We there, World Cup, biggest race. Of course you want to show off. It's that many people there. I don't know if you seen my Facebook. I did a little interview with the people there.
I just saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
I was scanning your joint.
Yeah.
The lady, what's her name? You don't know, but everybody kept
her
saying.
Her last name was Enders. I can't remember.
Everybody
what her
kept
first name
saying,
was.
"Is that somebody? Is that somebody?"
Yeah.
Her
Sister, I think, runs NHRA Pro Stock cars.
Yeah.
Don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's who she is. So we get there, still running the problems. The bike breaking up bad. Aaron can't figure out what it is. We going to
Come on.
to the Max ECU guy. He think we figured out, but we didn't. So we didn't really do much of that race. I was kind of blown because I was looking forward to it. Because the year before that, I was in the finals against Rodney Williford again.
Yeah.
And he spanked me again.
He punished. Did he dog?
Nah, he didn't punish me that time.
Did he dog? He dogged you, and then was it like
the temperature had changed on us, so we sat for like 2 or 3 hours waiting for them to call us up, and we already had our tune-up in the bike.
Yeah.
And the temperature had dropped. This is in November, so it dropped like 10 to 15 degrees. And we didn't go back in the computer and change nothing. So when I got to the start line to go on my two-step, the bike was pulling me through the lights.
Yeah.
So I'm like this, trying to hold the bike back. You know, I'm already short legs.
Yeah.
You see me earlier, my feet were swinging from the chair.
Yeah, mine was on the swing set off the
So
chair.
I couldn't hold the bike back, and we both just took off. My bike did something stupid, and I would have beat him too, man, because he.
You would have spanked him?
I would have spanked him because he willied on that pass. That was my opportunity to beat him.
Damn.
In front of 20,000 people. But I mean, that's all what comes to racing.
So that's your biggest challenge. That's your biggest beef right there. Him.
Yeah, he. I think he's everybody's biggest beef.
When you gonna see him again?
This weekend, hopefully.
This weekend.
But he put much respect on my name though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He always like when he doing interviews or whatever. He talking about who's out there that can handle him. He always mention my name.
Yeah.
Yeah. He always like Nanu's sitting back watching Nanu or whatever, or Greg Wallace or Jason Donegan or Justin Shaker, sitting back watching us. But he knows I'm right there on his heels.
He know you the GOAT.
Yeah, I'm coming for him.
So you've been in this so long. Like, do you ever see a ending of it for yourself? Like,
man, I actually told myself last year, man, that this year was gonna be my last year, man. But I say that every year, man.
like Tom Brady.
Yeah, I say that every year. I'm not gonna say it's not my last year, but been my last year committed to doing it full time, like hitting every series, every race. Cause I like spending more family time now, man. I feel like I missed out on a lot with my family, man. But it's like in my blood, man.
How often do you race?
Now it's only like once a month.
Once a month.
Back then it was damn near every weekend I was gone.
Yeah.
So I done slowed down a lot now. So it's basically just XDA events, Colonial Beach here and there. My event, maybe the King of the Beach, or
You got an event when your event coming up?
July 8th. July 7th and 8th, we have the Nanu Bike Fest. I don't even know what year it is. We've been doing it for a good little while now.
Man, it rain every year doing this
I know,
joint, bro.
man.
Like,
That's why I like
I remember one year it didn't rain. The joint was lit. Like, it was turned.
Yeah, you performed there one year.
Yeah, I performed there a little minute ago.
Yeah.
It rained like 3 times before we had it though.
Exactly, man.
I don't know what he did to these people.
Man, I don't know if it's because I try to plan it around the same date every year. This year is actually a week earlier, so hopefully I won't get the rain.
Yeah.
We got Cody coming out this year.
Man, I just saw that on the flyer. I saw her post.
Yeah,
She
we
gonna
got her.
turn up, bro.
Yeah, we got her coming out this year. Hopefully it's a great year. Hopefully the weather is good. So July 7th and 8th, make sure y'all come out there, check me out, Nanu Bike Fest.
Pop out, man.
This may be the last one. I say this every year too, so I don't know.
This ain't gonna be the last one. He killing them all day. You see us watching his chain, questioning people.
Nah, just some little fake bust down rolling.
I can dig that. So, you know what I'm saying? You still in the racing part of your life. Like, how was the family life for you? Like, how's the family treating you? Like,
man, my family is my big supporter, man. Like I said, I done made family members change wedding dates, birthday parties, everything for me to go racing. And my wife is very supportive, man. Every year, man, my anniversary is on a race, and I don't know how I keep getting away with it. But that's tell you right there that she's a big supporter of it, man. From day one, she's been a big supporter of it. I didn't even race on her birthday.
Dang.
Yeah, so
she know what she signed up for.
Exactly.
You was doing that before her. So.
Exactly. And I told her, we had a conversation a couple of weeks ago about it, and I was telling her, like, my racing family is like my family too, man. I don't get to see them but at the racetrack. I done made so many connections with people. I feel like racing and kind of almost made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that's my family, man. I mean, I done networked and then connected with so many people through racing and motorcycle. So, I mean, I got to show my racing family love too. Go see them like a family reunion once a month.
For sure.
So, but like I said, I have a wife. We've been married going on 11 years this year. Have a 21-year-old daughter. She's at ODU college.
21, God,
yeah,
dang.
21. She's not my biological, but I mean, she's my daughter. Yeah. I hate even telling people that.
She your daughter?
Exactly. And a lot of people, even if you see her, you would think she was mine.
I never knew that. This news to me.
Yeah, she's 21. She's at ODU. Father really ain't in her life. I've been in her life since she was in the 3rd grade. So
man, time.
I treat her no different than but I treat my son. Right. And that's how my stepfather did with me and my brother. Treated us like we was his own.
He instilled that in you.
Exactly. So that's where I get that from. My son, he's 11. I thought he was going to follow my footsteps with racing, but...
Let me ask you this. Your son 11, is he in a girl, like he got girls?
I check his phone, so he be having some girls on his phone.
Man.
I don't know what he's up to. He won't talk to me, man, about it. I don't know why. I'm like, I'm not going to tell your mother.
I mean, you got to tell him who you used to be.
Exactly. Your dad was the man.
Yeah, your dad was the man. This man name rings.
So I don't know if he trying to be sneaky or what, but he's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's I don't know if this COVID and messed these kids up or what, man, but he's different than how I was with sports, with the dirt bikes, 4-wheelers. All he want to do is play video games on the phone.
That's the difference, bro. You got, I don't know. Kids different, man.
Yeah,
kids don't go outside and go in the woods and play football and all that stuff.
I feel like kids now, it's a punishment almost like to them to go outside.
Yeah,
and it's a privilege for them to stay inside.
But that's because the world just so crazy that parents scared to send their kids outside. Exactly. So it's always, take this iPad, take this game. That's how they be quiet.
Yeah, that's what babysits the kids now. The iPad or the phone or the video games.
Yeah, that's how they keep them quiet.
Like us growing up, if we couldn't go outside, we was mad. That was punishment.
We was sick.
Punishment was staying in the house for us.
I was outside pissing on myself and everything.
Right, drinking out the waterfalls and stuff.
Yeah, sure, riding bikes.
In the hot sun, we outside playing ball, riding bicycles, going to the store.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. Like, was you ever riding bikes full time? Like, that's how you was?
Nah, I never did it full time. It was always more so a hobby. I didn't got paid.
Getting rich off a hobby.
Nah, there's nothing to get rich off of.
Straight jockey.
There's nothing at all.
7,500. Come ride this bike 2 passes. We don't care if you driving in the woods.
And the crazy thing is, I didn't got flown out to different places to ride.
I know, bud.
Yeah.
Bud, you not here for nothing.
I remember my uncle had just passed away, and that day, and I was at his house, my uncle in Maryland, that I was real close with. His name is Butch as well, and I got a call from a guy in Florida. It was like, man, we got a testing thing this Monday and Tuesday. Are you able to come down and ride my bike for me to test it for me? So the family was there getting all the funeral arrangement stuff together. I was like, so I spoke with them. I was like, the funeral ain't gonna be on these days. It was like, nah, go ahead, do your thing or whatever. So flew out to Florida, stayed in his house, man. This man didn't know me from, he never spoke to me in person a day of my life.
Yeah.
But I'm staying in his daughter's room, not with his daughter. His daughter was young, but
yeah,
in his daughter's room, and stayed there the whole weekend with him and his family. And the same thing when I went to, I got flew to New Orleans one time to go ride for my boy Teo. Yeah. And showed me around in the city of New Orleans. It was actually Jazz Fest that weekend. So I got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
He's a barber. I got there, got me a haircut. Went out down to Bourbon, got me a hand grenade.
Yeah.
Went to the track the next day, raced, won some money while we was there. That Sunday, went out to the Jazz Fest and flew back home. My wife was jealous as hell.
She was hating.
Yeah, because she couldn't go.
Man, they rolled a red carpet out for this man everywhere he go.
And I actually got a buddy now, Jamie Lopes, stay in the Caribbean islands near Aruba.
Tell him we coming out then.
Yeah, he been trying to get me out there for the last couple of years, but it always seemed like it's always the same weekend as my event, so I can't make it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to set up something with him and Reuven to get out there. I want to go over there and race an hour.
I'm coming too. I'm snapping out when I come out there.
You know, I'm always ready for a vacation.
Hell yeah, I be watching your page. So let me ask you this: how you kind of transition and balance? How did you get into the realtor thing, really?
Man, the crazy thing is, man, people think I got into it just that's the hottest thing going right now. Yeah. That's why I seem like a lot of new people getting into it. They just see other people selling houses when they get into it. But little do a lot of people know, fresh out of high school, I went to real estate school.
Dang.
I went to Weicker Real Estate in Maryland. Passed the class, everything. Being young and dumb, didn't go take the test or nothing. Yeah. Didn't follow through with it because I'm in the streets on the bike chasing
you
women.
On the bike, you got the women, you got the butt naked shit on the back, you hitting the front brakes, it's coming up.
Exactly, doing willies, running from the police, doing crazy stuff.
Killing them.
So when I bought my first house through Chris O'Neill, I was like, man, I think I want to get back into this, man. So me and my wife took the class together. It was supposed to be a team thing. Me and her were supposed to do it, but she ain't never followed through with it.
Yeah,
I'm in there grinding, busting my ass, studying, trying to take this test. The test actually wasn't that hard. I mean, it was pretty hard for me, man.
It was hard?
Yeah, I actually failed this national 4 times.
Dang.
Yeah, I passed it on my fifth try. And
you was determined though.
No, I take that back. I failed the state 4 times, and I failed it 2 times by 1 point.
So that's the process of it? Do you got to take the class or you just got to take the test?
You got to take the class and you got to take the test. And you can't take no pass. It's proctored. So somebody's sitting there watching you.
So you can't self-study and then take the test?
Nope.
Dang.
Nope. You got to take the class and you got to pass the class.
Yeah.
And you got to go take the test with, I can't remember who the people are, but like I said, it took me a little while to get there. And your cousin Cece, we was kind of going through the process at the same time.
Yeah,
so we was kind of helping each other out. I remember I'm more of a visual learner. So YouTube, I can watch something. If I'm sitting there reading, my mind is thinking about the racetrack this week.
I'm gonna fall asleep, bro.
Exactly. I can't sit there and do it. I don't know how my brother LJ is so goddamn smart.
Yeah,
smart as a fuck.
He's sharp as a motherfucker.
Yeah. And so once I passed, I gave Cece all of my login and information so she can look at the videos and stuff too.
Yeah.
I'm big on trying to help other people, man. Even though we in the same field, I want to see all of us win, man.
Yeah.
I done helped Shu a lot in the business.
Shu turned up out here, bro.
She was doing this thing, man. I'm
Shu
proud of her, man.
Drop a video every 2 days out here. Shu, the people know about Colonial Beach, bro. Shout out to Shu.
I actually got my own team now, so I got 3 realtors under me. I really would love Cece and Shu to come under me, so y'all make sure y'all watch this.
Come on over, man. Teamwork made a dream work.
Yeah, we can corner this whole area between us 3.
And the crazy part is this nigga sold me a house.
Yeah, exactly. But you was easy though, man. I give you your credit, man. I give you a lot of your credit, man, because people probably would stereotype you or whatever, but you had your stuff together.
Yeah.
Your credit was on point and you had the money. So you was
Since
a lot of people at your age wasn't thinking like you was thinking.
I had to get it together.
Yeah.
My credit score is serious right now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
His credit score was serious.
Good year and good credit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good everything.
But I got into it back in 2019. Was doing it part time. That's the whole goal was. I still work for the federal government. Was gonna do it part time.
What you do for the federal government?
I was a case administrator. Been there for 15 years, and my pay grade it went up like kind of fast because I was going up in the ranks pretty fast while I was there. So I was there for 15 years. Started doing real estate part time. Actually, it got real busy. I remember coming down here doing your walkthrough with you.
Yeah.
And I was on the clock, teleworking.
Damn.
And my boss was trying to call me. I had my computer at home. I told my wife just to check my emails. She had called me. She was like, I think your boss is trying to get in touch with you because she keeps in the emails.
Yeah.
So when I left here, I called her or whatever and then just did what I had to do when I got home.
Crazy.
So real estate it started booming for me, man. I got lucky. Because
the COVID time, people
no, not even with that. When I first started, the hardest thing with real estate is when you get started, man, getting somebody to trust you, to give you the opportunity to work with them.
Yeah.
Luckily, my boy DJ was ready to buy. A month later, sold him his house. Then right after that, my aunt and her husband was ready to buy, sold them their house. So my name was starting to get out there that I was a real estate agent. A young lady found me on Facebook. And she bought a house. So it just started jumping off of me right away. I was very blessed and lucky for that. Kind of took off faster than what I thought it was going to be.
The closer.
So actually last year, I've been contemplating my lender, Chad. I can't remember if you work with Chad or not.
I was about to, but I think something occurred with us, and I ain't never get to get with him. I got with a dude named Brian.
Yeah, I think the builders here.
Yeah, we went with
their lender.
Yeah.
So Chad kept telling me, he was like, man, you need to leave your job and come do this full time. I really see a lot of potential in you.
Yeah.
And a few other people told me that, but my mom, my family was like, no, you need to keep your job.
You
never know.
What you know.
Yeah, you better stick with your job.
They want to be safe, you know what I'm saying?
So I had talked to Cammie, which is my broker, about it, and she came up with an opportunity for me to be a team lead to kind of substitute some of my work money for my real estate money. So now with my team being a team lead, whenever my team members sell a house, I get a portion. But it's not out of their portion, though. It's out of the brokerage portion.
Right.
So CC and Chu, if you come with me, I'm not getting your share. I'm getting the brokerage share.
CC and Chu, man, come on over. We need you.
Yeah, so I stopped working last year in June. Actually, I told my job in February. And they really didn't want me to leave. So I kept extending it. I was trying to give them an opportunity to hire somebody in my place. So then I was like, man, I just got to go. I was done. I was tired. I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to be able to spend more family time. Definitely with my son. I feel like as a man and a son needs that bond to spend time with them. I was getting up at 5:00. Not getting home from my job until 6, then going out showing houses. So I'm coming home, eating, taking a shower, getting into bed, not seeing my family like that. A lot of wear and stress on my body as well. So I left in June and never looked back since.
Damn.
Yeah. Long as I can maintain and still bringing the same money that I made at the government, I'm good.
So that's what's more important. A lot of people don't understand, like, quality of life. Like, that's important.
Yeah. That time, man. Time is important, man.
That's your
time
versus
life. Money is more important, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather for you take $20 out of my pocket than to waste my time.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've been doing a real estate thing for a minute now, and it's just been rocking and rolling for me.
So let me ask you, like, did you feel when the COVID era, like, did y'all just start clutching when all them interest rates dropped and all that?
Yeah, when them interest rates dropped.
Y'all crushed them, right?
Yeah, we did.
Y'all spanked them.
It was a good thing. It was a bad thing too, though. So the good thing is a lot of buyers, they got those low interest rates. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, housing prices have went up so much, man. Like, house would be $250,000, but you paying $275,000, $300,000 overpriced just to try to get the house.
Bidding wars.
Yes, man, it was crazy, man. I always tell people, man, the best time to kind of really buy is from October to February. You don't have that much competition there. So like right now, the market is back hot. I feel sorry for a lot of first-time home buyers. Like you kind of need money right now. Back then versus 2 years, 3 years ago, you could get in a house with no money down. Versus now, you actually need a little stash.
So what's the difference in like what's the interest rates? What's the average
Interest
rate
rate
right
now
now?
is like 6%.
God dang.
Yeah, 6%.
Ouch. And you know mine was.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta tell the world.
And actually, I mean, I don't mind
tell the world, man.
I don't mind putting my business
My
out
job
there.
was 2.5. I ain't gonna
Yeah. His credit was.
And I don't know
on point.
nobody with a 2.5, bro. And I'm coming from the streets, and I did what I did. So
Actually, I would say you probably was the second best interest rate that I done seen that dealt with me.
who the first, bro? I thought I was the king.
Adair and Peter Parker. They bought a house over in Westmoreland Shores. Theirs was 2.0.
God,
Yeah.
damn.
They had that good credit.
Man, when you get your jump for 2.5 and under like that, you can never sell your house.
Yeah, it's.
What's your advice to that? Like, as far as renting and all that, like.
I mean, for your situation right here, man, you got basically a brand new house. If you got a lot of equity here too now, by the way, so you can sell in and make some good money.
Yeah.
But then where you gonna go?
Exactly.
You gonna go back home to your mom?
Get a
and
6 point interest
Exactly.
rate somewhere and get spanked.
Exactly. You can take that money, put it in another house, but your interest rate is gonna be high. So for something like this, like your instance, you probably better off renting it and then still going to buy something. So that extra money that you're going to be getting from rent, you can put it towards your other house or something or whatever you want. But that's what I'm actually trying to get into now.
Yeah.
The multiple streams of income, man. I feel like the lower class people, they work to pay bills. That's all they do. They work to pay bills. The middle class, they work to buy toys. The rich spend money to make money. That's where I want to be at. I got all my toys that I need now, so I'm ready to make some serious money here now.
I seen you post one of your toys on Instagram.
Yeah, I got.
Ruby? What's that?
Ruby. That's my Harley Davidson, man.
What's that? What year is that? What's going on with that?
It's a 2012. Got a big wheel on it. Air ride, bags.
My man 5'4" on big wheel. I don't know how his feet touch the ground on there.
Just dropped it off today to get my sound system upgraded. So,
Oh, you gonna be one of them niggas at the light with it.
Oh yeah.
And beat your.
you gonna hear me at stopping from here.
Oh man, I know y'all.
Yeah. So that's one of my toys. But my favorite toy, man. I never thought I would have this growing up. It's my boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing that, man, because I get to spend my family time. Sundays is like a fun day, man. It's like 5 or 6 of us that have them. So we go out in the river or whatever, tie all the boats up. Kids be out there playing. It's a blessing, man, that I'm able to do that for my kids and my family, man.
That's love right there. You be fishing?
Not much. I like fishing.
You just crank the music
But,
and get crazy on the
but
boat.
if I'm going fishing, somebody got to go with me because I ain't taking that fish off the line.
Oh man, you one of them. My man go 300 miles per hour, but ain't scared to take a fish off the hook. This shit
Them
crazy.
catfish be moving around too much, and
Be
I don't
slimy.
even eat fish. I just like doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with that. So as far as, you know what I'm saying, you being a realtor, what advice would you have for somebody right now that's trying to buy a house?
Try to buy the house now. I would say get your credit score right so you can get a better interest rate.
What's right?
I would say at least a 660. I mean, you can get in at a 580, but you're going to have a high interest rate, and you're going to have to put money down. But if you can get up at least like a 660, you can kind of get a little better rate, and you may can get in one of these programs where you don't have to put no money down. Now, when I say that, you still got to come up with a little money because you still got appraisals, you still got earnest money deposit, and you still got home inspections. So you're looking at roughly $2,000, depends on the price of the house. So you need to have a little money, and it's tough out here for first-time home buyers. I have 3 clients that's looking in this area right now. Can't find nothing. Everything is they priced out for real.
But as much as they building, you can't find nothing. It's
too
condos
high.
down on the beach.
Yeah, it's too high for them. They priced out. Young ladies, some of them, I think all of them, single young ladies. And it's hard out here, man, for someone that's single. to afford a house, man. You kind of need 2 people in the household to kind of afford something right now.
Yeah.
So let's elaborate a little more on this first time home buyers thing for someone that's single, not even just a female, but a man. Say if you like I said, I'm from Westmoreland area, so I deal with a lot of clients in this area. The average money they make a year around here is probably what, 50 something grand.
About 50 to 52.
Yeah, they only gonna qualify probably for maybe $200,000 house. You ain't gonna find that around here. Colony Beach is expensive. Even Montrose they build in, down in Cabin Point they build in. The average house right now is $250,000, $270,000, and you looking at probably $1,800 in mortgage for a single person with kids. Is hard. Even rent, man, is super hard for these single individuals, man. You talking about people staying in a double wide that's probably paying $1,200 or something. Now you come to Fredericksburg, you talking about a whole different monster.
You come to Fredericksburg, you going under.
You talking about an apartment, $2,300.
Yeah.
Just for an apartment. I stay in a 4,200 square foot house. My mortgage is not that much. I got lucky and bought at the right time. Mm-hmm. I sold my other house, was able to make a decent amount of money to put down to 20% and buy new furniture for my house. So I honestly got lucky at the right time, right before the market went up. So like I say, my house is 4,200 square feet and my mortgage is 2,200. Versus right now, if I go to sell my house, I can sell it for, I got it appraised last year. It appraised for $555.
Damn.
So I got a lot of equity in my house.
Man, a $500,000 house, buddy. Don't play with this man.
I'm not trying to start over. If I start over, it's gonna be a 1 level, probably with a pool and stuff, something like that. I may even come back to King George, but I don't know.
King George is expensive too.
Yeah,
bro.
King George is really expensive.
So if they can't afford you know what I'm saying, if they can only afford a $200,000 house, where can you get that at?
Nowhere. They have to go in Northumberland County, Richmond County, somewhere.
Do they even got that down there?
Yeah, actually Northumberland do. Richmond County, not really. But Northumberland County do got some down there around about that price. One of my buddies is actually about to put his on the market, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, for $199 here soon. But who wants to go that far?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go to the mall. You gotta, when you're in that area, you gotta go down to Kilmarnock and go to Newport News.
You can't get gas.
Right.
You can't get a bag of chips after 9 o'clock, bro.
I remember, I love Westmoreland to death. Born and raised, I'm a country boy, but I don't think I would want to come back here to live because there's nothing here.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's
you
nothing.
starve to death here. If you can't cook, you're going to die.
That's why as soon as I left high school, I graduated on a Friday. Sunday, I was gone. I was in Maryland.
Yeah.
Had me interview at the job that I was at, but I was working in the mailroom. Started there making $10 an hour. Back this, I don't want to tell my age. This is back in 2001, so $10 an hour was good money. Fresh out of high school.
That's when if you made $20 an hour, you was rich.
Right.
Yeah, they don't know that.
Shit, $20 an hour now.
You in trouble.
Yeah, you in trouble.
if you single.
Definitely.
So, I mean, what's one of the biggest conflicts that you run into now with people that's trying to buy a house?
Man, being able to, not to qualify, they can qualify for it, but just that budget is not enough. And like I said, I feel sorry for these people out here, man, because they working their ass off just to pay bills. I mean, then the people that they are renting from, they kicking them out because they want to raise their rent more. So it's rough out here, man. I have a little cousin, man, that's had to go back home because rent, it kind of pushed her out of her apartment. So, and it's almost like she got a kid, like where she's gonna go. So, man, it's really serious out here. This is the time to really think about your life, what you really want to do. Like, you really need to make some boss moves, get you a degree, some certificates or something, or a hustle or something, because you really got to grind out here now, man. It's serious out here. So
the money, the giving money COVID era is over.
Yeah, that's over.
Now it's time to see who is who.
Yeah, I really They always talk about like 2024 might be better market, but they've been saying that the last couple of years.
They still raising interest rates, right?
They actually didn't level out a little bit now. I think they didn't reach that peak. So I don't think they're gonna go up much more. Last year they was like at 7%. Now they're like 6%. I don't think they're gonna go back probably into the low 4s or 3s no more. Yeah. You might get back to them. I think it may level off at like 5s, maybe high 4s. But them 2-3% days, I think they might be over. Yeah.
So what do you see the housing market in about a year or two? I know nobody can predict it, accurately, but
in a year or two, houses value is always, I think, is gonna go up. A lot of people is really not moving right now, selling a house because they got that good interest rate. Yeah. They're gonna lose that if they go to sell and buy something new, unless you're trying to outgrow your house and you just want something bigger. But mom and pops that's been in that house for 20-something years that refinance, they ain't going nowhere. Yeah. So like I say, I think the value of the house is kind of going to stabilize, maybe creep up a little bit. Interest rate may creep down a little bit, but hopefully I think it will turn around for the better. Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say to the people that, bought high? Like, say that house maybe, it was the increase was so fast. It may have been 6 months before that the house was 160, 140, but they bought it for 230 or something like that.
A lot of them ones that.
Do you think they would be upside down in their house?
I don't think a lot of them is going to be upside down. I don't really think it's going to go down like the market's going to crash. Right. If they do, let me know because I'm trying to buy it from you.
Yes. I was kind of predicting it. I came right on time.
Yeah, you did.
But I was predicting that, stuff to get bad. I was thinking stuff was going to crash. I might be able to buy some land for cheaper.
Yeah, I remember you was talking about that at one point, about buying some land or even maybe flipping this joint or something. Yeah. Yeah, I even thought about it myself, man, because I got a lot of equity in my house, man. I still may do it, man. I'm looking at a lot of different avenues to see what my next plan is, man. Because when I left my job, I still got a retirement money there that either I can take out and put in another retirement or take it and use it towards something. Mm-hmm. I'm leaning more towards taking it out and using it towards something because the way the world is now, I may not even make it to retirement. Yeah. It might get left down to my family or something, and my wife been got a new husband. He riding around in the Corvette off of my retirement.
I'm telling you.
So I want to use it and try to and flip it into something, make it more valuable, which I will still put money back into it. Like whatever I make off of it, just start another retirement or something. But my mind stay racing, man, with different ideas, man.
So go ahead.
I'm an early bird, man. So I'm waking up. My wife, she sleeps in late. I'm waking up. Mine's just racing of different things that's going on, or what I can do. It's everybody got the same 24 hours in a day, man. It's just what you choose to make of it, man. Everybody got the same opportunities.
So what would you say is kind of a good investment right now?
In the housing community is really hard. Actually, Airbnb is a good investment, man.
Really?
And actually, Colonial Beach area, that's what I got my eyes on.
Really?
The Point.
The Point.
Yeah, I was looking at one a couple weeks ago. I think it was a little overpriced. I was waiting for it to drop at a certain number because I was going to jump on it and try to Airbnb it out and just to use it for when I come down here. I actually like Colonial Beach area, man.
Man, that's what everybody do though. Like most of the people that stay on the Point on the waterfront, nobody in the wintertime you don't see nobody out there. Right. It's just their beach house.
Yeah, exactly. That's something I want. I love the water, man.
So you ready for a beach house?
Yeah, I'm ready for something.
Ball step for real, bro. Hey,
I'm ready for something on the water, man.
Don't play with this man, but this is a serious man right here. Nah. Who buying beach houses?
Nah, I mean, I'm not buying it to live it. I'm buying it as an investment, man.
You get a beach house.
You got to think about it long term,
but
man.
you going to come down there too. When it ain't booked on the weekend, you going to bring the boat out, barbecue, fish fry.
Yep. And I love doing family stuff like that, man. So that's what my thing is next, man. Even if I put a team together, man, I don't mind breaking bread with other people, man. I like Charles Tate, man. Me and him done rapped a few times about different stuff, man.
He a shark, bro. Like, yeah. He trying to get some money.
Right. Even my little circle, man, that I hang with, we call ourselves the goon squads, like couples.
Oh, yeah.
We go on vacations and stuff together. We even talked about doing type of investing in something, maybe a party bus, a house, or something.
That's the way to win, bro. Like most of these big companies and stuff, people think it's one man.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of rich people that just got money in the pack.
Exactly, man. That's how it is, man. I want to see all of us win, man.
Yeah.
I want to see all of us win, man. I don't hate on the Knicks, man. Keep my circle small. My circle is basically like, if I got it, you got it.
Right.
So that's how it should be, man. I'm not gonna hang around with nobody that's. Now, I'm not gonna say not hang around with nobody, but my circle, I want to be where I can elevate them or they can elevate me.
It's levels, cause
It's levels.
You know, if you trying to do what you trying to do, if they ain't trying to do nothing, you know, you ain't rubbing off on them, so you damn sure don't want them rubbing off on you.
Exactly, and that's where Mike Mason and Keith came into play. They got successful business, very successful business, and I listen to them a lot, man. I look and see what they do in their family and the stuff they got. I want that.
Yeah.
So it pushes me to grind harder.
That's what's up.
But it takes time, though.
For sure. So that's what you recommend for buying a house. Your biggest recommendation is to have a partner, have a wife or a husband,
Yeah.
somebody you dealing with, bro. You got to team up.
It's tough out here, man, for
It's
someone
tough
that's
by
single,
yourself.
man. And then like the ones that I got that's ready to buy, and sometimes it may not. All relatives is not going to tell you this, man. It may not be your time. Maybe you can work on your credit score better. Maybe you can save up some more money. And like I say, timing. Maybe it's just not the right time.
Yeah.
So don't try to force yourself in it. I know you're tired of paying your landlord or whatever, which I do tell people that you paying somebody else's mortgage anyway. Pay your own. But don't make yourself house poor.
Yeah.
Do something where you can afford.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is there anything else that you want to say?
I think that's about it, man. It was a pleasure coming on here, man. I done watched the last couple episodes, Cody, Joe Posey, and you got Trench Baby coming up this weekend. So
Yeah.
it's a blessing to be able to be sitting in here with you, man, to do this, man. Not a real talkative person. I'm more of a shy, laid back type of guy, but I really enjoy this, man.
I'm the same way, bro.
You're doing big things.
I'm kicked back too. I'm just trying to give everybody, you know, we got to recognize the people who doing what they doing around.
Right. I definitely understand.
We got our own world. Not too many people know about.
Right.
Let it be known. It's chestnut checkers, man. Make your next move your best move.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
God
Let
damn.
alone. I'm ready to buy another house. Shit, that was alright.
So what? Wait. Sit back.
Hey, get us some
What's
more.
the biggest pot that you done won? What's the biggest race that you done raced and
Hey,
won?
and that's on my joint too. Hold up.
We gotta get that. We gotta have that.
Hey, that's on my paper. Oh, and I want to ask you.
Oh, about the bike rejoint?
I forgot the bike week.
I mean, I got nothing but time, bro.
But I wanted to ask you, hold on. Like, do you feel like the sport of drag racing is dying? Like,
Yeah, it actually is.
so I'm gonna ask you, you ready to be rolling?
Yeah, I'll never stop anything.
Oh, so you know, I mean, as we all know, racing is racing. So NASCAR racing and all that is on a decline right now.
NHRA is the same way, man.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, how you see the future of
it's just
drag racing motorcycle?
It's just so expensive, man. It kind of then push all of the mom and pop backyard races out because everything is technology wise, and technology costs, man. You got these Motecs, Max ECUs that that's kind of like the brain of the bike that kind of controls everything of it. Just for that alone is 10 grand. Mom and pops don't got that just sitting underneath of the bed.
Yeah.
So man, it's definitely on a decline, I think, because it's just so expensive, and that's with everything. I mean, food is expensive, everything is expensive now. I remember going to an NHRA race as a kid, man, being super packed, to now the stands really ain't that packed. And the same thing for the series that I race, Xda. You got a lot of races because that's kind of the only series that we got in this area. So that's where everyone flock to. Unless you have a little race local or something, you're not gonna get as many people as like a series. Like my event, I don't get as many races, but I get a lot of spectators.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people that come through the gates this area is more like a fellowship. People come there to show off the best outfit that they just bought, like a fashion show.
Yeah, for sure.
So they really ain't there looking at the racing like that. But
not to cut you off, I don't know, man, because you like just your name alone, like seriously, like bro, your name been the name at the track, at any track since I was in like middle school. I remember being in middle school, just going to the track.
goddamn, I'm that old, man.
I was at the middle school. I mean, yeah, look.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ride, like, no, maybe not middle school, but it's been a while between like you.
He been a king since middle school, bro. I remember that Nanu with #1 on the back.
Like
You know that.
Spencer. You and Spencer been
Yes.
names on the bike forever.
Yeah, Spencer been doing big things lately. Spencer's program really done took off a lot, man, from where he used to be, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got his son involved now. I think he do it more so because his son is into it. Stuff like that keep you out the streets or whatever. It's easy for a young kid to get mixed up in the streets.
Yeah.
So actually I feel like that might have saved me as well.
Who hitting harder, you or Spencer?
I am.
You'll punish Spencer.
Yeah.
With
I am.
dog your shit.
Yeah, I get Spencer's credit.
With dog Budweiser. What is it? Bud Light.
Bud Light Line.
With dog that.
For the longest, his son was one of my biggest fans, man. His son used to. Spencer always tell me that when his son used to ride a dirt bike, he used to act like it was me.
Bruh, everybody's your biggest, bruh. It's not a, bruh. This is no mistake that I needed you on here, bro. Like, you a serious man. I don't know if you know. You know, you like Jeremy McGrath on the motorcycle.
And the thing is, man, I really don't see it, man, because a lot of it, I think I stay humble and it just goes over my head, man. Like, I just
focus on what you doing. So.
Yeah, I'm like, when I'm at the track, I'm in the trailer. I really don't come out and socialize with people that much because I told you I'm kind of like a low key, kind of shy. I don't really like to talk a lot.
Yeah.
So if I'm at the beach, man, I'm really in the trailer because if I walk out, Nanu.
Fans, you got the fans, bro. You gotta see
I'm like,
your fans.
Jesus, man, I can't even walk up here to go see the race.
You gotta do a meet and greet.
I even tell my wife, man, like after my bike fast, when I get home, when I'm asleep, all I hear is Nanu. Like so many people calling my name all day, and I'm not trying to like brag, like like all this or nothing.
It's just real.
Yeah, I mean, for real, it's just real.
So let me ask you this. You know, it's a lot of bike events that go down, a lot of bike weeks here and there. What's the most lit bike week location?
Black Bike Week, Myrtle Beach, boy.
Myrtle Beach.
Had some fun times there, man.
Back in the day, before the wife.
Back in the day, way back before the wifey, the single days.
So what's the craziest thing that happened at bike week? What's the wildest thing?
Man, I'm telling you what's something crazy, man. Me and Dirk was out one day, man, on a bike in bike week, and we came back to our room, and Earl Wise was like, man, Shay Henry, which is from Cicada, was just in an accident. And the crazy thing is, me and Dirk had rode past the accident, but didn't even know it was her. She had got messed up really bad, man. She was in South Carolina in the hospital for like 2 weeks or so. I mean, not 2 weeks, like 2 months.
God damn.
And didn't even know it was her, man. But it's a lot of stories, man. A lot of them.
I mean, can you share any of? Can you spare any of them at least?
Everybody know that I wasn't no saint back in the day, man.
I mean, you was a saint if you was doing what we all would love to do.
Well, I was living a man's dream.
Yeah.
Had a nice bike, decent looking fella. The only stipulation with me that might me different from the other men is my height.
Yeah.
But I still never had no problem with the ladies or whatever. And there's been many times we just be riding down the strip and women just want to holler, jump on your bike. I came up with the concept, man, when we all ride in a group. All of us single, by the way. We ride in a group and we see some girls. I'm pointing mine out first. You getting on my bike. Ooh. I'm not getting stuck with the ugly one. I'm not taking one for the team.
Who you choosing?
Yeah, I'm choosing right off the back. My head on a swivel.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the best one in the group.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we had some fun times. Glover will tell you about it, man.
Glover out of control.
You know, me and Glover around the same age, so we played ball together too in school. And I give Glover his credit too, man. Glover's a riding dude too, man. Yeah. He can ride.
But you'll bust his ass, though.
Oh yeah, of course.
Easy.
He stand no chance.
Like, what about Lego?
Oh yeah, Lego.
Like what?
Lego can't handle Glover.
Yeah, I did see Glover bust Lego ass.
But Lego's son Fred is gonna be good, man.
Huh?
Lego's son Fred.
Oh, Fred.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right, man. If he was a little smaller, but he's young. He's put him on a bigger bike. He's gonna be all right.
He'll be like that.
Yeah.
That's what you see young up and coming. Like, how, you see the sport growing. You see a lot of young dudes, or was just
it's a lot of young ones out there coming up, man.
What you see?
But a lot of them really can't ride like a hand clutch. Remember I told you back to the fundamentals?
Yeah.
People will see them small and just want to put them on a grudge bike just because they small.
They wait.
Yeah, and all they're doing is twisting the throttle. They don't even got to shift these bikes no more. It's on auto shift. So they really ain't riding. They get this big name, think they riding, but they just got lucky, got on a fast bike.
Yeah.
You put them on something with a clutch, they'll flip it.
Yeah.
They really can't ride. But it's a lot of up and coming ones. Like I say, most of them are from the North Carolina area. Only ones we have up this area that's younger, that's up and coming. It's my shooter, Quez. That's my dog from day one. I feel like I mentored him, and
Where he from?
he's from Maryland. His family's from Westmoreland. His mom and his dad, but he grew up in D.C. area.
All right.
So him, my other boy, Keith, which is Lil Cranky. That's how we got the bike's name, because that's his name, Cranky. We just named it after him. He's coming along. Trying to think of some other ones from this area. Like I say, Fred's gonna be good.
Shout out to Fred, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fred. He's the only one that's real local right here from Westmoreland that's at a young age.
What about his clutch work? You ready?
Oh yeah. His clutch work better than Legos.
He got Lego
And T.I.
T.I. So he got his fundamentals down.
Yeah, he getting there. I'm gonna tell you another one, man. Brute from over Warsaw.
Yeah. Brute the dirt bike. He do bike.
Yeah,
Brute the dirt king.
Brute
bro.
is the man. I give it to him.
I gotta
He's
bring.
the man of
I
the
gotta
dirt
bring Brute on here. Brute the king like that.
bike. Yeah, you actually do, man, because he is the dirt bike king, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
It's
the dirt
another
bike
young
king.
dude named
Tay.
Tay.
Yeah, Tay is. I like Tay, man.
Who hit hard?
Tay got potential to be great.
I'm gonna put you. Who hit harder? We go get to the bottom. of this.
Brute hit harder. Brute got more experience.
Yeah.
But Tay got potential to be the man.
Tay like
Tay can
that.
take my crown, I believe.
For real.
Tay's that good, man.
don't
Yeah,
even
I would
know.
love to get Tay underneath my wing in a drag racing, because he can kill it on both sides, the drag racing and in the dirt bike side.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can do it. But like I say, Brute is the dirt bike king, and Brute can ride motorcycles too. And I think if he took it more serious, he'll be real good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Perm? JT.
Perm, I thought Perm is good. I thought he would have been better than what he was by him growing up riding dirt bikes and stuff. I mean, he's not a bad rider or nothing. He's up there. I'll probably put him right underneath for Tay and Brute. He's not as good as them, but I'll probably put him. He's better than Fred, and he's better than Glover. So, so I'll about put Perm.
So it's Lego and T.I.
Nah.
then Fred, then Glover, or Glover then Fred.
I got Fred.
So Glover then Fred.
No, Fred, Glover. If you're going with them, Fred, Glover, T.I. Lego.
Oh yeah.
Lego my dog, but
T.I. spank Lego.
yeah, T.I. is pretty good.
They
too.
say T.I. like that.
Yeah,
for real.
T.I. the one of the ones they got no fear, man. So that's what makes him real deadly, man.
Ouch.
If you can keep him level headed.
Yeah. He get crazy.
Yeah,
man.
you know how T.I. is. But we have quite a few good ones in this DMV area. And you got YG too, man, Lil Troy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Lil
in
Troy.
Fredericksburg area too, yeah.
I got Holland Young Troy too. Lil Troy.
Who that dude that Wolf them got riding?
Oh, Cody Lowe. He's older than me though. Me and him kind of came in the ranks around the same time. I've been in the game a little longer than him. I done it at a higher level than him, but he's actually good too. I would put him on probably my top 5 in the area.
But Tay got the potential to spank everybody.
Yeah, Tay do. Yeah. I
got
give Tay a lot of credit.
Like his father really be on that too.
Yeah. His father's like the king of Fredericksburg, man.
Yeah.
When it comes to that stuff, man. Boona is well known
That's
in the
his
area.
name, Boona, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his dad?
Yeah, that's Boona's son, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Boona always been the king of Fredericksburg for a minute. Yeah, he be on them 3-wheelers and everything. He ain't have that.
That's all right. Well, yeah, I guess we'll re-wrap, man, and, you know, appreciate you coming through.
No problem, man. We can wrap again after the Bike Fest, or
Yeah,
I can
man.
give you an update after my race this weekend.
Anytime, you know what I mean, you want to come on here and holler at the dog or promote something, kick something out, push something out. If something on your heart you want to say, come holler at me, man. You welcome. My home is your home.
Sooner or later, you're going to be big time. You're going to have commercial ads. You're going to need sponsors.
Hey, man.
I'm going to have to put my real estate stuff up on there.
Man, please do. Hey, we definitely accept the sponsors and advertise. We're going to do that in the next couple weeks, though. We ain't ready yet. We definitely go start accepting sponsors and advertising and all that. I got my first one right here.
I got you, bro.
I need a watch. Start it off. Chestnut Chuckers, man. Make your next move your best move. Get out with you.